Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your March 25th, 2024 full moon lunar eclipse reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All the good things that YouTube likes, so thank you so much. So, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, it's a bit much, but there we go. Spirit is being chatty. We are crowned with the 10 of Wands. So we have a lot of burdens that we are carrying, but we're also seeing how to let go. We then have the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy coming through. So if we are born on the cusp with Taurus, if we have Taurus energy in our chart, that comes through very powerfully during this time and very positively. We are also going to be looking at where we stand in our world, like what we want, what we're moving forward towards, what we desire within ourselves. The Five of Swords then comes up. It's interesting, the repeat of the number five. Five is a freedom number. And the Five of Swords reversed is us being in a different place than we were before, but not really seeing it and kind of feeling like we're the same person we were once upon a time, but that is absolutely not true. It then leads us to the Eight of Wands reverse. Things are moving slower than we want them to be, but it doesn't mean that things aren't moving. So just be aware of that. The Nine of Swords reverse is releasing worry, doubt, fear, chaos, hurt, pain, disappointment. We're going to see ourselves setting a lot free. We then have the Magician reversed. So we're not seeing our own magic. We're not seeing our own gifts. We can see other people's gifts, most definitely, but our own, that is harder. With the Seven of Cups, we're moving towards what we wish for, but we're also starting to see what we love, what we desire, what we want, what brings us comfort and brings us joy, and then brings us to the Wheel of Fortune. We're entering into a new season. We're entering into a new sense of self. The repeat of the number 10 is a completion of a cycle time. And this is what this moon is going to be for us. It's going to highlight and it's going to show really powerfully a completion of a cycle for us and the completion of the way that we need to move forward for us. Now let's see what Spirit has to say. Now, if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a shamrock in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on Sunday. So good luck to everyone. And hit the bell notification if you want to be notified when that video comes up. Angels and spirit guides, show them clearly. Guide this reading. Here we have Soulful. Now, soulful is reverse. So we need to be aware and we need to be looking at how we are feeding our soul, how we are feeding ourselves, and moving us forward. So that is going to be very important during this time because we're not paying attention to our souls, to the very essence of ourselves. Our chakra energy, angels, and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading. Ooh, it flies right out. We have the heart chakra, and we have the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. We have a blockage around the soul star chakra, which means that we have a blockage around the wisdom that is coming forward in our lives. But with the heart chakra, we need to open our hearts to forgiveness, to healing, to a sense of love for self. And that is going to be a very powerful thing. Forgiveness is not only forgiving others, that is important. We don't want to give away our power and our energy, but it is also about forgiving ourselves of being stuck, of feeling like we're not moving forward the way that we want to, even though Spirit is showing us that we really are. We're moving towards wisdom, towards healing, and towards a deeper understanding, even though we do have that blockage of that wisdom, of being able to download that wisdom, being able to truly connect. And as we embrace more and more our heart chakra, what we love, how we're healing, that is going to transform things. Our energy to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. We have two again. We have the Princess of Swords. So this full moon is in Libra. Libra is represented by the swords in the minor arcana. So this can be a time where childish things come up, but when also we need to listen to our inner voice, our inner child's voice. And that can be difficult for us. So just being mindful about this during this time, we can do the inner child meditation where we visualize ourselves as the adult we are now, letting the child that we once were run into our arms, and just telling that child, I listen to you. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Again, visualize yourself as the adult you are now, standing with your arms open, and let the child you once were run into those arms. And say to that child, I hear you. I will always hear you. I will always listen to you. You are valid. Your words are valid. You are wonderful. I love your imagination, your creativity, your insight. I'm hearing you. See what comes up. Because right now, your inner child, it isn't feeling listened to. And with the 10 of Swords, we can feel overwhelmed with everything that we've been carrying, everything that has made us doubt ourselves, especially in childhood. I can't be heard, or I can't trust my voice, or, nobody cares what I have to say. We're going to be looking at that during this moon. It's interesting because the full moon in Libra is conjunct the South Lunar Node. And the South Lunar Node is all about reinforcing endings. And with that reinforcing endings, we have Libra energy come forward, which is all about relationships. Libra is a people pleaser. Libras might not like to hear that, but the energy is true. And we don't like to rock the boat, right? Libra energy, we don't like to rock the boat during this time. So during this time, Aries, even us, even though Libra is our sister sign, right? It can bring out the best in us or it can bring out the worst in us. We don't like to rock the boat during this time. And we want to make everybody happy. But with the South Lunar Node energy coming in, we're now starting to awaken to our own inner power, our own inner sovereignty, our own inner strength. And it moves us to seeing the burdens that we've been carrying, seeing everything that we've been carrying, and the way that we want to move forward, the way that we want a bigger view than just the dirt on our shoes. And it brings us to this place where we start to embrace our voice, where we start to embrace what we desire, what we want, how we're building ourselves forward. And we start to release in order to create. And it brings us then to this place of power and authority in our lives, saying, this is what I was born for. Even if what we were born for doesn't necessarily make us money, we don't have to profit off of everything. I know that sounds wrong in our Western world, but we can have hobbies and we can have joys that fill our soul, that connect us to our world, and we can have our jobs. So being aware of that is going to be important. The Hierophant is also saying, I am prosperous, I am successful, I am bountiful. So it's looking at ourselves as a very powerful individual, where we tend to be a little bit wobbly with that. With the Magician, we're not seeing our own magic. We're not looking at our own talents. Now, we can want to start a business. We can run our own business. We can be, doing all the things. But this is going to be a time where we start to show ourselves grace and say, listen, we can have our highs, we can have our lows, we'll have everything in between, because this is life, and life is messy. If it promises us one thing, it is that it is messy and it is complicated. So looking at our strength and looking at our talents, we start to see ourselves as Taliesin. Now, Taliesin in Welsh tradition, in Celtic mythology, was the greatest of all the bards. He was blessed, and just like absolutely blessed at everything he did. Now, that can be how we want to be. I definitely know now, even, but when I was younger, I just wanted to be a savant at something. And we might find out, maybe to our own disappointment, that we're not a savant at things, but we can learn to be good. We can learn and we can embrace our skills and our curiosity and build on the talents we already have. Now, we're going to be facing setbacks that have been there before. We've been there before, and we've had these setbacks come into our lives. Now, it can be the same exact way or it can be differently. We are different people. Do not let yourself think, well, this happened before. It's all going to be, it's all the same. I can't change anything, and why even bother? No, you're very, very different than you were once upon a time. Also know with the full moon is a highlight. Now, I always looked at it as a highlight for the last new moon, right? What intentions we set, and then the lunar period, how this full moon is shining a spotlight on it. But it is also, and more poignantly, a spotlight for the last 6 months. 6 months ago was the new moon in Libra. What intentions did you set during that new moon in Libra? Seeing yourself move forward now to the full moon in Libra, the spotlight that is put on it. If you have a diary, look back. If you don't have a diary, like me, you can look at the calendar, or you can just kind of like remember, if you can, what was 6 months ago? I don't mean if you can, but if you can, if you can remember what was going on, if it doesn't all just blur together, what was going on 6 months ago. See where you are now. See how different it is. Look at yourself. And even though you feel like it's exactly the same burdens, the same this, the same that, I can assure you it's not. Things are moving slower than you would want them to. Fair enough. And that's with the 8 of Wands. But with the 9 of Swords reverse and the 8 of Wands reverse, right? Things are moving slower. With the 8 of Wands reverse, with 9 of Swords reverse, we are releasing a lot of worries, a lot of doubts, a lot of fears that we have had, that have kept us small, that have kept us held back, that has robbed us of our sleep, that have made it so we can't imagine moving forward. This is intrusive thoughts. This is chaos, hurt, pain, disappointment. The Magician reversed, Aries, is the fact that we don't see our own gifts. Now, with the Hierophant here, we are starting to see our own gifts. The Hierophant is Taurus energy, yes. But the Hierophant is the Pope in the Major Arcana in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, right? So the Pope in medieval times was the King of Kings. He could tell kings what to do. Heck, he consulted with emperors. He was astoundingly powerful. And so looking at the authority of our connection with spirit and ourselves in our lives is astoundingly powerful. Looking at the way that we fit into the structure of existence is astoundingly powerful. Embracing our own gifts, embracing our own talents, embracing our own skill is going to set us apart. Standing before the altar of our existence, claiming those gifts, claiming those skills, claiming our desires is going to be the tricky bit. Is going to be a thing that says, well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I stand apart, but we're going to need to see it. We're going to need to see ourselves not as, well, anybody could do this, right? If I can do it, anybody can do it, but as these are my talents. This is my skill. Have you ever seen those people who are absolutely confident within themselves? Absolutely confident. And you sit there and you think, why? Why are you so confident? And then you see people who are truly talented, but they don't have any confidence. The people who aren't as talented, but are confident, they will go further because they believe they will. And they're more go-getting, right? The people with talents will not, because they're a little bit like Eeyore. Well, with talents but no go-getting, skill, are going to be stuck. So here, it's like, start to see yourself as grand. Start to see yourself as powerful. Start to see yourself as the magician, the magic that makes it happen, because this vessel that you are in, this body that you are in, is the magic that makes it happen. The mind, the brain, the way that you can articulate, create, cultivate, that's the magic that makes it happen. Start utilizing it. And that's for everyone. Aries, during this time in our life, we have to believe in us. Because if we don't believe in us, who the heck will? We're coming out of a time of doubt, of worry, of fear, of being overwhelmed. And now we get to say, what do I wish for? What do I love? What do I want? And our wishes start to seem like, well, that's possible. I could do that. Well, what about this? And it brings us to the Wheel of Fortune. We're going to see that we're entering into a new season. We're entering into a new time, a new power, a new understanding. And we're setting the stage for something extraordinary. It's happening now. And it will start to continue. It's going to start to snowball forward. Our subconscious spirit message is authentic. Be you. I know authentic is thrown around a lot. Oh, my authentic self, my authentic self. And when it's thrown around so much, it starts to lose its meaning. But when spirit says, be authentic, see your gifts, see your skills, see what you can do. You can think, well, everybody can do this. No. Stop putting your talents down and start saying, wow, I really am something amazing. And it can sound funny to say that, Aries, when you first start, but start seeing yourself that way. And it brings us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is listening. This is our throat chakra. And whenever I think of the throat chakra, right, I always think of talking. I always think of communication, right? But part of really good communication is listening. This is going to be your superpower. Being a good leader. Well, yes, as an Aries, you are a good leader. Being a good leader, you need to be a good listener. You also need to be very good at giving direction as well. But you need to know what you're giving direction to. And Aries, this is going to be a time as you embrace your throat chakra, you can start to lead. You can start, because you are going to truly embrace the skill of listening. And that is going to set you apart. You can hum. Humming is very good for activating the throat chakra, and that also helps activating the thyroid. So humming, chanting, singing, very, very good for the throat chakra. Our subconscious chakra, not chakra message, but energy to be mindful of is justice. This is Libra energy. So be mindful of justice. Things might not be fair during this moon, but this moon is in Libra. So this moon is going to be tricky for us. It just is. Our sister sign is Libra, right? So be mindful. This moon will throw us curveballs that we are not prepared for and seem especially cultivated to trip us up. So just be mindful of this. It's like you feel like sometimes this moon is out to get you. So just be mindful about this. It's not really. Well, okay, it can be a little bit. It can be a little bit, but it's not really. It's pushing you forward in a way that you didn't imagine you could go. And it brings us then to the 10 of Pentacles. You now have 3 tens. That's 3 is a divine number. That's divinity talking to you. And it's the 10 of Pentacles. Prosperity, success, bounty, abundance, generational wealth, generational prosperity. It is time for you to see your talents and share them with the community. Share them with a bigger audience. It's time to open up the door. It doesn't matter if that bigger audience is your family, if that bigger audience is, the greater world. It'll be different for everybody. But it's like, don't hide your blessings under a bushel. Don't hide your astounding beauty and power, because it's not cool. It's not good for you. It's not going to give you the results that you want. It's not going to lead you to the place that your soul needs to be. So here with the 10 of Pentacles, it's success. It's money or what you value as much as money coming in. And it's like, I get to shine. I get to move me forward. I get to be so much more. All right. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this full moon, of this lunar eclipse, and of ourselves. And please know that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And have a blessed full moon and lunar eclipse. Bye.